Hello, I am Shelly with Personalized by Shelli. I wanted to show you today on how I have found what ink works on my colored blanks. We've been having problems with the ink staining and not getting into the impressions very clearly, and so the last few weeks I have been doing a lot of research, and today I'm going to show you how it's done. So I have my extra small cow tag, which is so dang cute. And I'm going to put a cow on it because, of course, a cow goes on a cow tag. So, let's see if I can do this without hitting the camera. Okay, so I have my cow on there. And then I have tried, what I normally use is regular markers. But then they stain the outside of the impression, and that's not what I like. I want it only inside the impression, and it's not going to work even if I do alcohol or whatever. The only thing that I have found to work is the Impress Art pens, the enamel markers. That's the only thing that I have found to work. So I just color over the whole thing, whereas before I couldn't color over the whole blank. So you see it there. I missed a few spots. It's a tiny little blank. So I colored inside there, and then what I take is, I just use an old one. I press it down, and then I wipe. And with it being so little, I have to hold it in my hands. And there you have your cow. Now I didn't do it very deep because I had done the heart on it before. So there is the heart, and there is the cow. And the same with here, as I did the cow earlier. It got dirty because I re-stamped on it. But the ink comes off really wonderfully. And so now we're going to take the Impress Art enamel, and I'm going to go over it. And the reason I did both sides is because I thought it'd be fun if on one day I wanted to have one side that has a heart and one side that has the cow, and the next day have both hearts. You get to mix and match. And I know that not only cows wear cow tags, you also have pigs, and you have goats and sheep and all kinds of llamas. So there is this one. So now I have a matching pair of heart earring tags. Or these also can have inside of it a zipper pull. This could be a zipper pull, and you can put a letter inside of the heart if you wanted to. But a lot of people that are older have a hard time pulling the zippers. So you would put your hole up here at the top, and then this would be for the zipper to go up and down. So they can grab this easier than if they grab just the zipper itself. And I also have different sizes zipper pulls, so for different abilities, you can have a different size of the cow tag. Now, before I go, some of you said, well, I have a hard time with burrs. So it comes pink. It's not really pink. There's inside it, underneath this is a covering. Now watch, I can't get it off. There it goes. There's a covering underneath, but I leave it on until I'm ready to stamp. And then I have this plastic over the back, which comes off very easily. Some people find it hard, but I don't have nails, and I find that the more dull you pull it from, the better it is. So this side is both white on both sides. So the tab comes on the bottom, or at least on this design. So what I do is I take my big cutters and I cut off the tab, but I want to show you what you can do if you have burrs and you don't have any really big equipment. Like I have a Dremel and I have a tumbler, but some people don't have that. So I want to show you. I just had, you can go to this at any store. It's just a file, flat on one side, round on the other. And I just go over the spots that have the burrs. And if I can't get it right away, if I use the side of it, it usually gets it quickly. And I like it when you can see the silver on the edging of my designs. Now, doing this with a Dremel could be easier. It also, if you have a cutter, so this is now flat. There's no burr on there anymore, but this is not. This side has, you know, some sharp edges. So just go around. Now I can just go all the way around and just hit the spots that I want to, or put the whole thing in my tumbler with the coating on, and it will tumble everything nice and pretty for you. Oh, there's a little bit more. People say, well, why don't you do this for all the other blanks that you sell? One, I don't have the abilities to do 100 blanks a day. I don't have that ability. If I had more tools or different kind of tools, different setup, I could do it, but I don't. So this is what people are going to have to do their own for now until I can get a different setup. So the edges are now all smooth, and this is a cute tee. And this t-shirt can be a jersey shirt, a one of those shirts that just says your fun things on there. People ask, how do you know what is the front and what is the back? That is a really good question. And what I do is I look for the rounded edges. See how that's rounded? I say that's more for the front, and I say that this is more the back because it is not rounded. It looks flat. And most of my blanks, any kind of blanks that I work with, I always look for the rounded side. And in press art, Beaducation, if you look at any blanks that are made, whether they're CNC or they are cut with pancakes, you will see that they have a rounded edge from where it popped out. And so that is where I get this. And I'm going to show you just a little bit. I'm going to put a little design on here. Let's do a circle, just so that you can see what I'm talking about. And of course, I can't find my circle. Oh, we'll put this one. It's more of a frill. It's a medallia. Okay, I'm going to put it right here on the chest. Make sure that everything is flat. I usually use this to keep it in place. And I'm going to do a medallia right here. So I'm going to do two different places so that you can see what I'm talking about with the ink. So you put your design down. I'm going to move this back again out of the way so I don't hit you while I'm doing this. Okay, there's the design. I'll show it to you in a second. I'm going to do two different design, or two. So I have two spots. See that? The first one I'm going to show you is with the ink. I'm going to do it with blue. It's going to be the bottom one. Just a regular Sharpie, which is what I normally use. And I put it on there. And I usually have to wipe it off immediately. But see, it's already staining. So then I get my alcohol out. poured some 91 alcohol, and it is stained. I can try putting it in the tumbler, but it's going to stay stained. Now I'm getting it all over the place. Let's get me a new rag. Nope, see how that's stained now all over the white. And that is what I was finding trouble with. And a lot of my customers were so gracious to contact me and say, what do I do? So I then suggested, well, why don't you just go in and do it individually inside. Let's do it with red so you can see what I'm talking about. Why don't you just go inside, and that's going to take forever. To get it into all the grooves. And then you have to quick rub it off. And again, what does it do? You use 91 proof. And it kind of comes out, but it also comes out of the color, the impression. So that is where, when I started researching on what to use. And now we'll just use the Impress Art marker. Make sure I got it all in. See? It's all in. And you saw how fast that blue dried. I'm going to push down. Now wipe off. Ta-da! No shadows. Shadow. No shadow. So now I'm going to try an experiment while I have you on here. And I'm going to put this over it and see if I can get the shadow out. I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to try. Okay, press down. Nope, didn't take the shadow out. The shadow is there to stay. And it's actually harder to get the ink off. So, anyway, this is the only thing I found. There's different colors it comes in, but the black wipes off wonderfully and easy. And it's so thick, this is 14 gauge white, that I pounded pretty hard, and I hardly see any marring on the back. Now, I have some indents because I didn't clean off my block, but that's my fault. But you could actually stamp on both sides if you wanted to. So, I wasn't planning on doing this today, but hey, finding new things and thought I'd share. Have a great day.